Yo, what's up guys, I'm back, got a review for you. This time we have this 90 rated mid-icon Jairzinho. No, I know I'm a little bit late to the SBC. It's purely because I'm a little bit busy recently, but I am making up for it by doing like 18 reviews at once for you guys here. On stats sensor, he's 5'8", got the high work rates. He's right footed with the 5-star skills, 4-star weak foot. Now, preferred position, you can only play the right wing and the right mid, which is a little bit unfortunate in my opinion, because if you have a lot of right wingers, you have no variety to push him out into the centre or to the left side, so that's a little bit annoying. But with that being said, it's still not too bad. On stats sensor, he's got a 93 pace, 89 shooting, 86 passing, the 91 dribbling, and he's 75 physical. So on paper, it looks like a very nice, well-rounded card. I played him in a lot of variety of positions. He didn't really have a set position for me. He played striker, sometimes cam, sometimes wide, sometimes. So I have a whole range of like knowledge on the card. I actually didn't originally have this chem stat. I think I originally had a hawk on him, but I actually changed it for the finish, and I'll explain more why on the positive and negative side of things. If you do enjoy the clips or want to see more, please do subscribe. It generally does help the channel out a lot, and I'll see you after. Peace. So what's my other thoughts about this card then? Now, kicking off straight away, I didn't have a good relationship with this card at the start. When I had the whole chemistry on him, I got quite angry at him, and he was not finishing a lot of the chances, as you see in some of the clips. He would miss very, very easy chances, which I was not expecting. But 5-star skills, 4-star weak foot. So the 5-star skills to me, really nice. Obviously, come off so smooth, this guy. He's 5'8", so he's going to be very, very nimble on the ball. And especially since he's got really high agility stats like that, the skills just come off really, really smooth and really tight and close. Now the 4-star weak for me, generally speaking, really, really good. As soon as I changed chem style to a finisher, I felt he was a lot better at finishing. Very deadly in the box, but that whole chem, I don't know what it was. It just wasn't finishing for me, so I tried to change it, and it worked a lot better. Now the pace for me is electrically fast. He's really, really good on the pace, and this is why I actually have him wide for me. I know a lot of people might play him centrally or striker, but I actually have him like wide in a 3-5-2, and it actually works really, really nice effects. He's got the high work rate to go up and down. He's got the really electric pace as well. The pace split is really good, so 95-92 just allows him to burst through past a lot of defenders, and they can't catch him even with a 92 sprint speed. Now shooting for me, as I just talked about, with the finisher chem style, very, very deadly. With the Hawk, I don't know why it just wasn't as much, but with the 99 finishing, with the 98 attack positioning, with the 95 shot power, sorry, really, really deadly in front of goal, and generally you'd be confident, especially with the outside the 4-shot trait, which is one of the best traits in the game, if not the best this year. Now the passing for me, it's not amazing, it's not bad. It's probably better if you don't play him cam, because that passing can be a little bit hit and miss at times, especially that long passing. But overall, that vision is really good, the short pass is really good, and that curve's not even bad in itself. So we can do simple passes. Now the dribbling for me is definitely where he comes into his own, and even with the plus 7 on the agility, with the plus 6 on the dribbling, he just makes such like elegant twists and turns with the ball control, with the reactions, with the agility style, with the 5-star skills. He's just a very swift and smooth car on the ball, which is very, very nice. Now the physicals for me. So the jumping head and actually are actually really good in this card, and especially as he has a power header trait as well, which is really, really weird. So if he actually does get into like a 50-50 with like a smaller fullback, something like that, he actually will be able to win the ball. This is why I actually probably recommend you playing him wide. I know a lot of people might have him as a striker, as their main player, because he's a very expensive, high caliber card. But if you do have him wide, right, and you are against a smaller fullback, he will be able to win that header, and if you like cross it back post to him, and he will score it, because he's got really good head and accuracy as well. So it's just a point to take in if you want to. Now, the stamina as well just allows to play him wherever you want. It's mainly primarily better for the striker or the wide position, because the cam, he might die out around the 80th minute. But with that being said, he has got a lot of variety in that. Now, this is another thing I found quite good about this card. He's small, don't get me wrong, but he's got good balance and strength, which normally means they can hold off players quite nicely, and he can, because a lot of the fullbacks struggle against this guy, and this is why, again, why I recommend you playing him wide, because the fullbacks are normally a lot weaker than the centre-backs. They will struggle a lot to push this guy off the ball, and that's why I feel like he's literally the perfect wide card. So what's my overall scores about the card then? Now first for me is the pace. Now overall for the pace, I'm going to give it a 9.5 out of 10. It's not Mbappe or Alawayo level fast, but it is still incredibly fast, and that acceleration will be able to burst you past pretty much any defender in the game. Now the shooting for me overall, I'm going to give it with the finisher chems that I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. It is very, very solid. He's got the outside the 4-shot trait, he's got very good shooting attributes, he's got the composure, he's got a 4-star weak foot. There's not really too much you can really fault about the shooting. Now next up is the passing. Now overall, depending on where you play him, if you play him striker or wide, I would give it a 7 out of 10. But if you're going to play him deeper, maybe like a cam, I do think that long pass is a little bit inconsistent to be playing him cam, so I have to stay away from that if possible. Now the drilling for me, I'm going to give it a 9.5 out of 10. It's exceptionally good. There's not too many holes you can poke in this at all. You just want a little bit better stats overall to give it more like a 10 out of 10, but generally it's incredible. Now the physicals for me, so he's got the really good stamina, he's got good strength and balance, he's also got good head and axe jumping, but he is a little bit small and hasn't got the aggression. So overall for this, I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. I do think that's fair, because since some of the attributes are kind of average, it's just purely because he's got a lot of them in abundance. Now, overall score for me then. So overall, I'm going to give this card a 9.1 out of 10. I do think it's really, really good. You can generally play him wherever you feel like in your attack. This is what makes him so, so good. I personally prefer him wide, if you're wondering where I feel like he's best suited. Maybe, so I would say wide's best, striker's second, and then cam's third, in my opinion. But for value for coins, do I think SBC is worth it? Yes, absolutely. Going to use him pretty much till team of the season. So overall for value for coins, I'm going to give him an 8.5 out of 10. But that's all for my views. Always, I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please do subscribe. It generally does help the channel out a lot. But I've got nothing more to say, so see you in the next video, and peace out, guys.